The Otsutsuki invasion begins, and little by little, Urashiki the intergalactic fisherman is becoming one of my favorite villains from the franchise. Who would have thought such sickly and pale-looking guys could cause so much destruction? This was an epic episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations as the Otsutsuki invasion officially begins, and so do the battles and even a ton of pretty big losses. This was a really great episode, if only for the fact that we got a lot of really solid action from a lot of the classic characters from the series. We got Naruto, we got Sasuke, we even got Chojuro and Gaara teaming up against Urashiki in a battle, which is completely unique for this episode. This is material that did not appear in the movie version, and you know what? It was welcome, and it was awesome, and Urashiki just displays so much amazing personality. A lot of that is owed in part to his voice actor, who is the same dude who does the voice of Zoro from One Piece. He adds a lot of dimension to this character. I especially love his abilities using the fishing rod and this chakra gourd, which allows him to, of course, absorb other people's chakra and even utilize that against them. And just like the other Otsutsuki members, he is completely commanding in battle. We have to remember that all of these invaders are more powerful than Kaguya herself, so everybody has to be on their best here. And it's a shame here that we didn't get to see more of an extended battle from Gaara and Chojuro, as it was really cool to see, and I just wanted to see Gaara go a little crazier with some of his sand-style abilities, because pretty much everything he throws at Urashiki just throws it right back. It also sucks that Chojuro does not have his distinctive sword of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist. Of course, we all know that's back in his village. We also get a few other expanded scenes in this episode. One of my favorites involved the character of Mitsuki, and man, they are just teasing us throughout this entire series. They're just waiting to spring this whole Sage Mode Mitsuki on us, and every single time that they're about to do it, they pump the brakes a little bit. In some ways that annoys me, in other ways I really love it, because it's going to get me really excited to see when they're finally going to use it in the series, as currently it's still an utter mystery. We haven't seen it in the manga version and never appeared in the movie version. It's all unique to this series right here, which is something that I think is going to be a really big surprise for the fans, especially because he actually also battles against Urashiki, who immediately actually takes away that Sage Chakra. Mitsuki realizes that even with all the destruction going on, it doesn't matter. He has to save his friends, but in an instant, Urashiki is able to take this thing away from him, and he even comments on the fact that this chakra is very unique to them, and something that they might actually want to look into. I have a feeling that this style of chakra is going to end up playing a really big role towards the end of the series, especially for the main characters themselves. The rest of the episode, however, pretty much plays exactly like the film, with Momoshiki and Kinshiki coming down and just raining hell down on everyone, with Kinshiki going after Sasuke, almost actually killing Sarada in the process, but he manages to save her, which is a great father-daughter moment. I really enjoyed that right there. But Momoshiki is the one who really brings most of the pain in this episode, being able to utilize his special ability to take these weird little chakra pills, which allow him to utilize pretty much every single style of chakra nature and combine it into a number of different forms, that being either just the attacks themselves or just a giant ball of destruction a la the Bijou Bomb. It's pretty impressive the way that he actually utilizes it, and I do like that they go into a little more detail about why they actually came to this planet in the first place. They're actually trying to revive the ancient tree from the beginning of the series, the one that Kage used to bore the chakra fruit, and they're going to use that to create the fruit yet again, suck the planet dry, and convert that energy into these chakra pills, which basically allow them to live forever, keep their eternal youth, and of course make them incredibly powerful in the process. Like I said, this whole episode was sort of like a case for showing how strong these guys really are, and a lot of the scenes here just really stand out. Everybody gets to do something awesome, even if they're just saving people. I particularly love the scene of Sakura where the roof looks like it's going to cave down on everyone and she just punches it straight up in the air and it explodes around everyone. Really great stuff there. But I really loved Sasuke and Naruto teaming up in this episode because, one, that's still kind of a fresh thing when you actually think about it. They were adversaries for most of the Naruto series and they really didn't become buddy-buddy until the end. Now we're finally getting to see them work together again, and they combine their abilities in the best way possible. Naruto's utilizing Kurama's chakra and transformed all glorious, golden, and glowing, and he's protecting everyone by covering them with a massive, like, chakra head of Kurama, which then Sasuke covers with his Susanoo, almost like armor. I really loved this scene in the movie. I love the scene here, and it's also a tease for some stuff that you're actually going to see later. But Momoshiki ends up launching a ridiculous Dragon Ball Z-styled attack at them, which luckily Kurama is able to subtly stop and then transform into these massive tails, which envelop it with this big final explosion, which presumably might have actually killed Naruto. But it actually didn't. So what's the rundown on this episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations? Really solid action right here. Again, this is another one of those episodes from this arc that if you didn't see the movie, I don't know how you're not jumping out of your chair with excitement for all of the crazy things that are happening, especially because things really kicked up to 11 with the appearance of the Otsutsukis, and they were very impressive in this episode. Like I said, almost identical to the movie in every single way, but they still managed to add a lot of scenes, whether it be just the characters saving people from all of the destruction, utilizing their special abilities, the great scene with Mitsuki utilizing his Sage Chakra, if only for an absolute split second, and Urashiki, of course, who has such a unique freaking weapon. I've never seen anything like this in the Naruto series. I don't know how they could actually make a fishing rod intimidating, but the fact that it can practically rip through any single technique and even absorb their chakra and bring it back to him really makes him great. And like I said, his voice actor being the same guy who does Zoro from One Piece just really elevates this character a lot. I really do love it. Another thing that I loved about this episode had to be the ending. It's a really striking and awesome scene. It's not just Naruto being heroic and saving everybody, but it's that first moment where Boruto realizes why his father being Hokage is so important in the first place. He's literally sacrificing his entire body just to save everyone from this massive attack. He's never even witnessed these type of powers from his father before. It's a big moment for him, and it also starts to realize that he's been reaffirmed that, yeah, he looks up to his dad a lot, he loves him, and he really wants to be just like him. He just can't admit it during all of this chaos and craziness, and of course it's a great moment for the development between these characters, especially when Naruto looks back at his son right before this massive explosion goes off, ending the episode. There's also one other small detail that I really loved about this one. When Urashiki's battling against Chojuro and Gaara, there is a moment where it looks like they are actually managing to push him back a little bit, where Gaara actually utilizes this underwater, like, river, this, like, water reserve, which explodes into the air, trapping him so that he can't move or utilize his techniques. But Urashiki's actually able to activate a Rinnegan in one of his eyes, and it's very similar to Sasuke's. In fact, it's kind of a combination of Sasuke's and Kaguya's, basically having the red color but the same amount of Tomo in the eye. And just like Sasuke, apparently it allows him to use space-time jutsu, or maybe even possibly teleport. But it's the first time that we've seen a character, except for Momoshiki, actually utilizing a Rinnegan-style technique. Again, just showing that Urashiki is just freaking awesome! With great production value, really crazy over-the-top villains, tons of action, and lots of new scenes added to this episode, this was a fantastic Boruto experience, which is why I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 5. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about this episode. Tell me all of them in the comment section below. What did you think of the new material that they added to this episode? Are you gelling on Urashiki like I am? Do you like his unique abilities? What's the deal with his very special Rinnegan? And what do you hope to see from the rest of the Otsutsuki invasion arc? Thank you guys for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more anime reviews. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay down now, baby.